right, so we are on our way to go trade these wheels. I still can't believe this kid wants to trade. These are brand new wheels, brand new tires, never driven on. But he wants to build these. He likes these wheels. Doing a trade deal, these wheels plus 400. I felt like that was fair. He actually asked less, but he has medical bills, so I'm gonna help him out a little bit. That's just without even looking at him. He didn't even want to do it because he was like, I kind of need the cash. I'm gonna have to back out. And then I said, well, let's talk money. I guess this money's gonna help him out. So these are 9.5 wide front and back, where these are 10.5 and 9.5. So the backs were wider. So we're gonna be running a square setup, which is better for an all-wheel drive car. That's what mine is. All 4 tires being the same wear and everything like that. Little fun fact, I took the wheels off. I was looking at my bent one, and it had a hub-centric ring in there, an adapter ring. So I took it out, got measurements, messaged him, asked what his, what the measurements were on. Same center bore as these. So I'm like, well, just use my adapter ring. So I took all the other 3 wheels off, and there was no adapter rings in there. So they were just all in the lugs, especially with those front ones having so much spacing on them. It's just not the way to go. So I did order adapter rings, and I brought one with me just to make sure this is the same size. These wheels, I will be bolting them on. They're gonna look awkward in the back because they need a wider adapter. I'll show you guys when I get there, and if this deal goes down. If it doesn't go down, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So yes, you saw that right. A brand new set of ESR wheels with brand new tires, balanced, everything is new, ready to go. These are gonna be awesome, but I need to change the spacing on the rear wheels, so we'll figure it out. 2 spacers is not gonna be that expensive. So we'll get that fixed and get these on there. I can throw these on in the meantime. It's just gonna look a little weird in the back.
Three, two, one.
Now, I had 4 25 mil spacers here in the garage, doubled up 2 of them, so there's 50 mil here. That's pretty much the spacing that we need. The fronts, the spacers, that's perfect. I knew there was going to be a total difference because we were changing to a square setup. But if I put 50 mils on the back, which my toe I think is set right on this side, it's not quite set right on this side, so if you look at that, we're hanging out a good bit, but that we have adjustable arms and everything, that's going to be adjusted. I think it's going to look a lot better and be closer. The car definitely needs an alignment, but man, those wheels look good, and I don't think I could have did this any more perfect. The metallic black that I painted on the spoiler here on the lip is practically matches this color to a T. I mean, it's very, very close. It looks so good. That means it matches the wing. This looks amazing. I am so happy I did this deal. I could not have planned that any better. But speaking of getting low, here next, we're going to put the lowering springs on Ashley's car. If you're going to space your wheels out, which I don't think is a good idea to begin with, but we have to with this. You want to do a single spacer, you want hub-centric, everything to work out, which is kind of this thing. I'm worried about this thing now. I would honestly like to run a fatter tire on these. These are 225s the whole way around. I'd like to put a 245 on there, which would make it pretty much the same width as the rim. And as it sits right now, I don't think that's going to work. I could run a 235, I bet, but I don't think a 245 is going to work. But we'll deal with that whenever. Next, we'll get the Eibach springs out, or the Eibach springs out, and we're going to bring Ashley's car in here, and we're going to throw the lowering springs on her car. Got my hub-centric rings, aluminum ones, they're in. Got my new 40 mil spacers. That is perfect fitment. I mean, that's what I wanted. I don't like the tires being poked out. The rim is right at the edge. That's what I was going for. I had to mess with the alignment over here a little bit. Perfect. So I do need to get a 4-wheel alignment on this, but now that is more uniform with all the other wheels, and it's looking good. Here's the funny thing about this. Ashley is currently in the Z at the ambulance station where she does volunteer work here. So I let her take my Z, and I had to go see her because she forgot something. And I said, no, you can't have the Z. And she said, I don't want it. It rides rough. I don't think she understands what the lowering springs are going to do. So I told her when she said that, I said, you know your car's going to ride a lot rougher with lowering springs on it. She goes, well, I don't know. I guess we'll see. You're going to learn today. That's what you're going to do. You're going to learn today. So let's take this thing out, bring the Dodge in here, and put these smooth riding lowering springs on. Okay, so I went about this all wrong and put it up on the lift first. You should take your strut nuts off the front before you put it up. You are going to need a spring compressor. Now, these are not top dollar spring compressors, but these will do. Go to Advanced Auto. You can buy the tool, and then when you're done, you can take it back. That's how that works. The back springs are always going to be your easiest ones to get out. We may be able to just put the spring compressors on here and compress that. I don't think that's going to be the way to do this on this one. So first, what I'm going to do is take a bolt out of the sway bar and take the bolt out of the shock to see how much more give we have. We might be able to bring it down far enough to pull the spring out. The new lowering spring, you're not going to have a problem getting it back in. It's shorter than the spring that's in there. And this is actually a nicer spring than what's in there, because this is a progressive spring where that's just a straight regular spring. So maybe this will ride better with it lowered. I don't know. So anyways, let me take a little bit of this hardware out and see if we can get enough room to get that spring out. But I'm sure we can do this fairly easy. Alright, so there's not enough room to get that out, so I'm going to have to disconnect this lower control arm. There's no adjustment on this for your alignment. I think this one up here might be an eccentric bolt for alignment. No, it's not. That's just a regular bolt. This is your alignment right here. So it's not even going to hurt. So I'm going to go ahead and take this bolt out. I can take this, I'll leave the spring compressor on for right now. It's just too tight. what I've learned from this experience is I don't like Dodge even more now. They use 50 different kinds of hardware on all of this stuff. Every bolt's different size or a different bolt. Like there's an Allen key, a big Allen key back here that I don't even have one for. I took a 12mm bolt, locked a nut on it, put it in there, and that's how I held it. And that's what I'm gonna have to do it on the other side. Really, all you need to take off to get this arm out is loosen the front bolt, take the back bolt out. But to get the back bolt out, you basically have to drop the exhaust or pry it out of the way, which is what, it's a lot easier on the other side to take the exhaust off because right there's a flange and there's not one on this side. So it's stupid. Very, very stupid. We could have just took a bolt out of there and dropped it. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side and off camera, and then we'll jump right back onto the front. Now I'm sure everybody's going to want to know what the difference is between the two. And lengthwise, they're really not all that different, but this part right here is going to have a lot more give to it, being closer together, and that's going to lower it down. But yeah, maybe they're softer springs. That'll be nice. It'll actually ride better. Maybe Ashley was right. I'm not going to tell her that. Both of the back springs are on now. I'm going to be real honest with you. I think the front ones look like they're going to be easier. But now I said that, I just jinxed myself. Not going to happen. This is the all-wheel drive model, so you'll see there's axles up here in the front. It looks like my easiest bet here. Well, first you got to take the sway bar link off. Take this bottom bolt out. I'm hoping I can get it down out from that. Might not be able to. There's a clamp in that, but like to get them separated is going to be really, really, really hard. So this is gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Well, we definitely will use a spring compressor on these because I'm sure those are going to be really taut on there. And when you take the nut off, they're going to want to fly. So we'll put the spring compressor on there so that doesn't happen. And I don't think we'll have to worry about it with these new springs, as they are shorter and they're softer. I'm pretty sure these are softer springs after putting the back ones on. Basically, you got to disconnect something. Either you're going to take the hub off so you can raise this up. You're going to take the axle loose so you can get it around the axle. And this is only going to apply for the all-wheel drive versions, not the two-wheel drive versions. So, the trick with these, leave it a little bit loose, but don't take it the whole way off. Then get yourself a BFH right here. You're gonna hammer on this. And as you can see, it let loose. Fight me every bit of the way. There it is. Now you can take it out. Ruined my good glove. Darn it! The BFH is therapeutic. Jeez, John. Ha! And I made this one way looser, so she's gonna pop. She's gonna pop like it's hot. Ha! Ha! Yeah. Say it! Hit! See it! Now I'm going to do a time lapse. I'm going to get these spring compressors on there so that these don't go pow and blow out my garage door or, you know, damage something else. Maybe I'll put a new glove on. I can't believe I blew the thumb out of this. I'm wearing gloves because I smashed my finger when I was doing the alignment stuff and blood blister on my finger. So, kind of being more careful. Alright, so I need to go drive this so that they can settle. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty sure it's going to need an alignment, but I think these springs, I think it's going to ride nice. So I'm going to go take it for a drive. Alright, so Ashley's home. She hasn't looked at it yet. The springs have settled. I'll tell you what, it actually rides good. These are actually really nice springs, and they ride really nice. It is a little bit stiffer, but it's minuscule. This thing already rode really smooth, so I think that looks really good. The back settled down a good bit. It looks like level height front to back. I like that. Looks good. Not quite as good as this, but I mean, it looks alright. Hey, wife.
What?
Come look at your car.
Okay.
Okay. She was enjoying the Z today.
Well, I needed the car, so I had, you know.
Yeah, that's... Alright, come on.
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
I told you.
Yeah, that's better. Now we just gotta do the wheels.
Well,
Get new wheels or something.
I would get new wheels. I don't think you're going to make those look any better, not even black.
Yeah, probably get new rims.
Yeah, you know, just, okay. We'll just spend more money on your stuff.
Shit, you're spending lots of money.
Oh, yeah. So I ordered my O2 sensor for my Q50 and it just came. This is a cheaper one. It was like 70 some bucks. It was on Rock Auto. And the Denso one that it calls for was like 160 on there or something like that. Only had a 30-day warranty. This one has a 1 year. So it was like, no brainer. Get the cheaper one with the 1 year warranty. And just like that, all the mechanical stuff is fixed. Well, besides the tie rod end, but I mean, like engine wise, cleared the code, never came back. Now there's one for the washer fluid low. I haven't put washer fluid in it yet, but the O2 sensor is reading now. I have the gauges up. My AC, I just topped it off and it is freezing cold. I need to change that. It is cold. But there you can see it's reading now. The yellow and the blue line are the is the heater, and then below it is just the voltage that they're reading. Now they're reading the same voltage, but the heater, I'm seeing that the new one I put in is reading a higher percentage than the old one. Wait a minute, bank one. Wait, which one's bank one? Which one did I replace? I don't know. I can't remember which one's bank one and bank two. But regardless, one of them's reading about 10% higher than the other. Actually, no, it's about 5% higher than the other one. It's kind of getting closer now, but still got rev hang. I don't know. Maybe that's just normal on these. It's only when I do like a really high rev, but I mean, besides that, mechanically, we're good. This thing feels great. The seat's nice. The air conditioning's nice. We need to clean this interior big time. We got sticky stuff here on the buttons. I got dash is pretty clean and stuff. Floor needs cleaned. That whole side. I cleaned this floor. Door panels need cleaned a little bit. A little bit of dust up here. But yeah, for the most part, we're decent now. I don't know what. Okay, so they had a camera in here because that's a charge port for a camera, which is nice because I have a camera to put in here and it'll plug right into that. So there we go. It's the end of this video. So if you like this video, smash that like button, consider subscribing. Hit that dislike button if your mom can drop it lower than all my cars. And we'll see you on the next episode of Unwrapped.
Stu man, you looking for breakfast? Huh? Yeah? His squeaker's working this morning. Hey, what are you doing?
So you can think of other stuff with it, just not fall it or something.
You want to say bye-bye?